Welcome to Trivia Clips. Think you know everything about AC/DC? Let's crank it up and test your knowledge. This is part 1 of the True or False challenge. You have 5 seconds to answer each one. True or false? 1. AC/DC was formed in England. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. AC/DC was formed in Sydney, Australia in 1973. The founding members were Scottish-born brothers. Malcolm and Angus Young created the band together. They later gained global success through hard touring. Their roots are proudly Australian rock. 2. The band's name came from a sewing machine label. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. Their sister Margaret saw AC/DC on her sewing machine. It stood for alternating and direct current. The band liked the energy it symbolized. It also matched their explosive sound and style. It became one of rock's most iconic names. 3. Bon Scott was the original lead singer. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. The first singer was actually Dave Evans. Bon Scott joined shortly after and became iconic. His voice defined the band's early sound. He brought attitude, power, and danger to the mic. Many still see him as AC/DC's soul. 4. Highway to Hell was Bon Scott's last album. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. Released. In 1979, it was his final work with AC/DC. Scott died just months after the album's release. His sudden death shocked the entire music world. That record became a farewell to a legend. It remains one of their greatest albums ever. 5. Angus Young always wore a schoolboy outfit on stage. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. The look became his signature performance costume. It started as a joke, but became iconic fast. Fans expected it every time he hit the stage. It helped create the band's wild visual identity. Now it's as legendary as his guitar solos. 6. Back in Black was written entirely by Bon Scott. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. It was written as a tribute after Bon's death. Brian Johnson joined and wrote the lyrics. The album honored Scott's memory with power. It became one of the best-selling records in history. A true rock resurrection story. 7. AC/DC never changed members after 1980. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. They've had several member changes since then. Cliff Williams and Phil Rudd left and returned. Brian Johnson temporarily left due to hearing loss. Even Angus remained during all the switches. The lineup changed, but the spirit stayed. 8. Brian Johnson had no singing experience before joining. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. He was the frontman of a band called Geordie. They had modest success in the UK. His raspy voice caught AC/DC's attention. After Scott's death, he was invited to audition. He nailed it and never looked back. 9. Thunderstruck was inspired by a real lightning strike. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. The title was inspired by Angus's favorite expressions. He used thunder to describe intense energy. It wasn't based on a specific event. The riff was written before the lyrics came. Still, it feels like pure electric power. 10. AC/DC once made a movie with Stephen King. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. The movie was called Maximum Overdrive, 1986. Stephen King chose AC/DC for the entire soundtrack. They wrote new songs just for that film. The track Who Made Who became the main hit. It's a cult classic among fans of both. End of part 1. How many did you get right? Drop your score in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch part 2. It's just getting started. Welcome back to Trivia Clips. Let's continue the AC/DC True or False showdown. This is part 2. 10 more high-voltage questions. You have 5 seconds to answer each one. True or false. Ready? Let's rock. 11. The Young brothers were born in Australia. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. Angus and Malcolm were born in Scotland. Their family moved to Australia in the 1960s. They kept strong ties to both countries. Their music has a global rock identity, but their roots trace back to Glasgow. 12. AC/DC's logo has never changed. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. The iconic lightning bolt logo debuted in 1977. It's remained untouched ever since. Fans instantly recognize it worldwide. It symbolizes energy, danger, and rebellion, one of the strongest brand identities in music. 13. Brian Johnson once lost his voice for months. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. His issue was hearing loss, not his voice. Doctors warned him he might go deaf. He stepped back to avoid permanent damage. Axl Rose filled in during the tour. Johnson returned after getting special treatment. 14. AC/DC's lyrics are mostly political. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. Their lyrics focus on rock, partying, and rebellion. They avoid politics and deep social messages. The band prefers raw, fun energy in songs. It's all about attitude and power chords. They keep it loud, simple, and bold. 15. For Those About to Rock ends every AC/DC concert. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. It's their traditional closing anthem on tour. The song ends with real cannon blasts on stage. Fans go wild during that final moment. It's become their loudest goodbye to the crowd. No better way to finish a rock show. 16. AC/DC once appeared in a Marvel movie. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. Their songs were featured in Iron Man 2. The soundtrack included Shoot to Thrill and more. Tony Stark's personality matched AC/DC's vibe. It introduced them to a younger generation. The movie and music fit perfectly. 17. They once held a concert on an airplane. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. They played mid-air for a contest by Qantas. Only a few lucky fans were on board. The jet was branded with AC/DC graphics. It was one of their wildest performances ever. Rock and roll, literally, in the sky. 18. Malcolm Young left due to creative differences. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. He left due to serious health issues. Malcolm suffered from dementia in his later years. He quietly stepped back from music. His nephew Stevie Young replaced him. The band honored Malcolm at every step. 19th, AC/DC wrote a song as a tribute to Malcolm. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. The song Through the Mists of Time is that tribute. It appears on the album Power Up, 2020. The lyrics reflect memory, legacy, and emotion. It's subtle but deeply moving for longtime fans. A beautiful way to say farewell. The 20th AC/DC is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. They were inducted in 2003 with great praise. Steven Tyler of Aerosmith gave the speech. The moment celebrated their global influence. They've inspired generations of rock musicians, legends with a legacy carved in stone. End of part 2. How many did you nail in total? Comment your score and tag your rock buddy to take the challenge. Like, subscribe, and keep rocking with trivia clips.